Hey, welcome to Cow Free Kicks. On this channel, I review leather-free sneakers only, and today's video is all about the Nike Revolution 7. Welcome to the channel. If you've not seen one of my videos before, I always look into 5 different categories when I review a pair of sneakers, and they are looks, comfort, weight, breathability, and price. And then at the end of the video, I will give these Nike Revolution 7s an overall rating out of 5 stars. As always, if you do like what you see as you're going along, please do not forget to show a little bit of extra support by clicking the thumbs up like button below on your device. And if you haven't taken the time to already, please do subscribe to the channel. So let's start this review off as we always do by checking out these Nike Revolution 7s on feet. Currently available in 2 different colorways via select retailers. These aren't officially available yet via the Nike app and website, but I'm sure when they do release them officially through official channels, there will be many more colorways available. However, this triple black colorway for me, and if you're not familiar with that, triple black means that every element or main element of the sneaker is the same color. So the upper is black, the midsole is black, and the outsole is black. So every main element is the same color, so you can call it triple black. If they were all white, they'd be called triple white, for example. So I just think for me, looks wise for these, they've made a definite improvement. And also, these are part of Nike's Move to Zero campaign. So you can see the Move to Zero logo is actually embossed on the inside of the midsole as you move towards the heel on the inner part of your foot. And that means that 20% of this sneaker's materials have been made up from recycled materials. So that's mainly going to be recycled polyester in this Flyknit upper. And as there is a very slight speckled element to this outsole, part of this rubber as well is also going to be partially recycled. So it's nice that it's part of the Move to Zero campaign, this version 7, and also the fact that you get this new midsole unit on these version 7s. That's a definite upgrade from the version 5s and version 6. For me, I just like how aggressively cut away it is. I like these wavy lines. I also like the fact that there's bobble indentations on part of it as well as you move towards the heel. And I really like the fact that they've raised the height of this midsole unit as well. It just adds more character to the sneaker. And my main failing for the version 5s and version 6s was the fact that it looked a little bit plain. Now the upper is very simple. You've got this all-in-one Flyknit upper for these sneakers, a very subtle small tongue with a little bit of deep TPU detailing around the laces, small amount of TPU towards the front of the shoe, TPU branding with the Nike swoosh on the inside of your foot and also on the outside. As you move towards the heel, there's no further branding on this sneaker, but they have made improvements when it comes to the support that's offered with the shoe. We'll talk more about that in the comfort section, but you can see just from looking at it that there's additional padding that wasn't there with the version 5s and version 6s around the heel and also around the top part of the laces. Overall, I do think they're a much better looking shoe than their predecessors, and now I do want to talk more about their comfort, where I want to put them to the test on my back doorstep. You can see from the step test that this new aggressive and larger midsole unit on these Nike Revolution 7s offered a nice amount of responsive bounce back from toe to heel, but they definitely ride on the firmer side. You can see that I didn't get much responsive push from the toe area, but there was a nice amount of give towards the midfoot and the heel, and that definitely translates when you walk on them. You definitely get more cushioning from the middle and the rear. Towards the toe it does feel a little bit dead and firm, but I don't mind that firmer ride with these. The previous versions, the Revolution 5 and 6, had a much softer compound than this, so you did get a bit more squish. So it's difficult to say. If you didn't want to have a firmer ride, probably go with the predecessors, but for me these actually felt more comfortable overall as a shoe, because what they've done with the upper definitely offers more support than the previous versions, and that's because you've got this additional padding towards the top of the laces, and it comes down to around underneath your ankle, and then towards the heel you've got much more padding, and it's a much more solid heel unit than you had on previous versions. So when you lace these up and you have these on, you do feel really nicely strapped in and secure around your heel and your ankle, and these laces pull in nice and tight around your foot as well. Inside as well, the shoe, you've got a nice amount of padding inside the heel. The tongue's nicely padded. This Flyknit upper does feel nice and soft on the foot. One thing I would say though is definitely go half a size up with these, because the foot opening on these feels very small, and also I did feel a bit restricted lengthwise. I have slightly wider than average feet as well, and I did feel that my toes were a little bit restricted when it came to the width across the toe box. So I'd definitely go half a size up, but overall, even though they ride a bit firmer than their predecessors, I do think the general comfort you get has been improved. Now I want to move on to their weight, where I want to put them on the scales. Tip of the scales are 279. These are an incredibly lightweight pair of sneakers. Just over 500 grams total for both shoes. That is the equivalent of one Nike Air Force One. And they do come in at a lower weight than their version 6s. So they have improved their weight, and they are such a nice lightweight ride. And I do think that enhances the comfort having a much lighter shoe than the predecessors, because they do feel really nice and light when you're walking around in them. So overall, a really great score in the weight section, because you don't find many sneakers that come under the 300 gram mark or below, and I consider any shoe to register under 300 grams and below to be a very lightweight shoe. So overall, a really great weight and an improvement on last time. Now I want to move on to their breathability, where I want to pump this upper full of smoke to see how breathable it is. Confirmation from the smoke test by the amount of smoke that released and the speed at which it released that this mesh upper on these Nike Revolution 7s is incredibly breathable. It really did come out incredibly quickly from all areas of the shoe on this all-in-one upper that isn't impacted by the TPU detailing. And because that's so minimal towards the toe and just with the swoosh here, the amount of smoke that released from the middle of the foot and the toe was incredibly impressive. So overall, a very nice breathable pair of sneakers. And now it's going to move me on to their price. Now these set me back £50, and it's really important to take into consideration the price of these shoes. Now obviously if you shop around, you're going to get different prices for these, because I do think different retailers are going to have them at different prices. Now I think officially their recommended retail price is £60, but I picked these up for 50, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to pick them up at a discount from other retailers too. What the price is when Nike officially released them is definitely up in the air, but £50 for these I think is an incredibly fair price. And when you compare that to £45 for version 6 that released last year, that £5 increase is probably in line with the amount of cost of living and price increases for manufacturing and materials that we're seeing in the world today. So overall, I think they're an incredibly well-priced pair of sneakers. And that's going to bring me on to my overall score for these Nike Revolution 7s. And for me, it's an easy 5 stars. And that's because what you're getting for £50, I think it's a shoe that doesn't actually look too bad. This new updated midsole that they've added to these version 7s really does make them look a little bit better than they were before, and for me that's all that was holding them back from getting 5 stars last time. I think the weight's incredible. I think the comfort that you're getting from this unnamed firmer midsole is really nice, and for all of this for the price, I just think overall you can't really beat that for £50. Now if you've liked what you've seen today, please do not forget to give the video a thumbs up before you leave. Drop any comments below. Also follow me on Instagram, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.